Today we're taking a look at another entry to the fantastic Hush series of guitars by Donner, and it's one that not a lot of people would think about. I don't think anyway. And it's this one right here. I know it looks exactly the same as the other ones, which is kind of the point, but this one is the Hush C. C standing for classical. So as always, the links are in the description to this guitar if you want to pick one up. And if you use the code Flamingo at checkout, you'll get 15% off of your order. It's just a way of Donner and I saying thank you for supporting the channel and Donner as a whole. And as always, sponsored or not, all thoughts and opinions are mine in this video and every other video on my channel. So the Hush C, like I said before, is a classical guitar in like a travel format. That's kind of one of the big selling points of the Hush series. The other big selling point is that you can plug headphones straight into the top of the guitar and practice silently, which they do give you some really nice in-ear monitor type thing like earbuds, right? And they are really, really cool. Now there is one rather stark negative about this that I will talk about in just a second that I'm actually really surprised was an issue with this, but like I said, we'll talk about that in just a second. Let's talk about the positives because there are overwhelmingly more positives than there are negatives. So first and foremost, it's got a bit of a wider neck on it, which suits the classical guitar style if you've ever played a classical guitar. That fits the bill, right? It's going to be slightly wider, but not uncomfortably wide. So the bracings, again, are nice and easy to install. They have the little pull where they have the ball bearings in there. You pull them up, just pop them in there, and then pull them out. It takes 2 seconds to do on both sides, and they sit really comfortably in the lap. Your arm sits there, and they're really, really comfortable to play. You do have your tuners down here, which they are really nice tuners. You could take a hex key, stick them in there, and turn them as well, which the hex keys on these are always conveniently hidden somewhere different, right? Which they're always out of the way, but they're right there when you need them. So sometimes they're in the battery compartment in the back, or sometimes they're like right here at the top. This one took me a second to find. It's down here by the tuners, and it's a little magnetic piece that you just pull out like that. How nifty is that? And you can just stick that in there, make the adjustments, stick it back, and it's good to go. I dig that. That's something that's always really unique about this Hush series that I just really, really like. Up here at the top, you have 3 knobs. You have a volume knob, which if you press it down, it does activate the built-in tuner. So you have a tuner on board, which is cool. And then you have a low and a high knob, which control, obviously, your low and high frequency. So you have a 2-band EQ. You have a speaker port there, and then you have your headphone port there, the aforementioned headphone port, so you can plug in your guitar and practice silently. I believe these come in 2 different colors. I think they come in the black, and then they come in either a sunburst or a white. I can't remember, but check the link in the description and you can figure that out. Typical goodies come with it, so you get the really nice Donner gig bag with the 2 separate zipped up parts there. Something I noticed on this is that if you look at the tag at the top, This one says C on it, so you know that this is your classical one, and if you have other ones, they have different tags up there, so like the X, the Hush X would have an X up there, so on and so forth. I just thought that was kind of cool. In the top part, you'll get all of your goodies. So you'll get your instruction manual, you'll get your cleaning cloth, things like that. You'll get the little bag here with the truss rod adjustment tool right there with some picks of varying different sizes, which I really, really like. The really nice Donner cable, the aforementioned earbuds. You have the cable, I mean not the cable, the bag strap, excuse me. Then you have the guitar strap itself. There was one pivotal thing missing from this guitar though. And some of you may already see where I'm going with this. So, in every other Hush that I've gotten that requires a battery, it came with a 9-volt battery. This one did not. Now, I don't know if that was a fluke or if that's just how they're packaging these, but typically they come in the guitar plastic wrapped so they're not actually making contact and draining the battery. Fortunately, I had a 9-volt battery on hand, but just be aware that if you order one of these Hush C's, it may not come with a battery. And that could be across the entire Hush series. So far, my experience has been good. But I did double check the bag. I did double check the box. And I don't see a 9-volt battery in here. So just that's the one negative. Other than that, it's been tuned up. I tuned it up one time. And it stays in tune. And it plays great. Now, I mean, the action up here's a little high past the 12th fret. Not really much you can do about that unless you take this bridge off down here and you kind of sand it down. But then again, you think about it's a classical guitar. Not a lot of people are really like wheedling up past the 12th fret. But again, it's not super uncomfortable. It's just a little high to my liking. And I think the neck's pretty straight. So you really don't even need to make any adjustments, which this came direct from China. So that to me is bonkers bananas. And that's been the experience overall with the Hush series. They've all come set up practically straight out of the box, ready to play. You tune them up once, they stay in tune. I mean, that blows my mind. This one was no exception.